Good afternoon. My name is Cassie Chamberlain, and I work for Spokes of Hope Worldwide. I was asked today to do a presentation on effective leadership for the company. While I do work for Spokes of Hope, most of my history in leadership is through the fire service, and you'll see many examples throughout the presentation. And while it may be about the fire service, it does pertain directly to you employees when it comes to leadership. I would like for you to refer to the slide deck available to you as we go through this presentation. We'll first be discussing the 5 functions of management. These functions include planning, organizing, staffing, leading, and controlling. The first function we'll be discussing is planning. In planning, we need to think about organizing activities to reach specific objectives. We need to define our goals, and we need to ask questions such as, what is needed to achieve those goals? What do we do as a company? Who do we do it for? And where do we excel? An example of planning is sitting down and defining the task at hand. We need to ask, what do we want to accomplish? What do we need to do it, and who is our customer that will benefit from it? The next management function is organizing. With organizing, we need to create effective relationships and use full advantage of our resources. There are several different organizational structures that we'll discuss, including TAL, which is tight control. The control comes from the top down to the bottom. A flat, which is a wide span of control, and it can be time-consuming. Centralization is decision-making from the top levels, and decentralization is dispersed authority, and this is where creativity is most valued. An example of organizing is making sure that everything has a purpose. Networking inside and outside of our company will largely benefit us, as well as utilizing all available resources. In this, nothing goes to waste. Our next management function is staffing, which I view as the most important. In staffing, we need to have job analysis. We need to recruit for required tasks as well as for company values. We need to discuss ongoing training and look for future promotion to retain our employees. An example of staffing is thinking about who we want to hire. Do they meet our values as well as educational qualifications? Do we recruit outside of our company, or do we educate and promote within our loyal employees? Our next management function is leading. In leading, we use encouragement and reinforcement to achieve desired outcomes. A valued leader has charisma, passion, strong communication skills, and is able to motivate employees to complete tasks with a personal desire for a positive outcome. For example, in the fire service, a fire crew follows a leader into a burning building simply because they want to. They trust and respect them. They follow a manager into a building because they have to. They have respect for the position and not for the person. Think about which crew will accomplish the task most successfully and will retain their job and want to stay there. Our next management function is controlling. Controlling is a continuous process with benchmarks to move a project to an end goal. This is a time to discover errors and fix them, and effective and efficient methods are streamlined. There are basic control elements, such as the condition being controlled, the sensor or the measurement of the condition, the comparator, what is actually occurring compared to our original plan, and the activator, the corrective action taken to return to the original plan. An example of controlling can be seen in the Lindt Chocolate Factory in quality control. They hire food scientists who spend their shift breaking apart finished product and inspecting it for taste, mouthfeel, appearance, and uniformity. This way, they have the same quality throughout all of their factories throughout the world. Now we're going to discuss several different management styles. Each management style is unique and should be utilized in a specific setting, which shall be discussed. All three should be utilized to create positive management. Our first management style is directing. In this, the manager asks the employee, "Do you understand?" Management demonstrates, employees follow. We interact in an adult-to-adult manner. We make the big picture clear. We praise employees who follow directions. A pro to this management style is management has tight control. It can move a process quickly and with little uncertainty. A con is employees feel less connected due to lack of personal input or thought. They might not do their best work as they may feel undervalued. An example of directing can be seen in training fire service instructors to teach new recruits at the fire academy. Trainers must make sure instructors are qualified to teach a task in a specific, particular way. This limits safety concerns and issues when it comes to testing the new recruits. Deviation can lead to injuries, lawsuits, and confusion among the recruits. The next management style we'll be discussing is delegating. In delegating, a fire officer tasks a fire crew to a specific assignment on the fire ground. He trusts in their ability as they have trained for this task. If they do their job well, the task is completed in a safe and timely manner. Employees feel empowered by the trust of their manager and will continue to train. The last management style we'll be discussing is discussing. In discussing, we learn through interaction. Management is a facilitator. We ask the employee, "What would you do?" and value their opinion. Silence motivates employees to develop ideas as well as confidence. Input is requested from all employees, from the most senior to the most junior. A pro to this management style is that it builds confidence among employees and encourages involvement. A con is unless managed properly, it can easily get out of control. It can be time-consuming if the concept is not easily understood. An example of discussing will be a fire officer running through scenarios at a tabletop discussion. A photo of a fire scenario is given, and he will ask, "What would you do?" to the employee. If the answer is initially wrong, instead of blatantly pointing it out, he asks why, and leads the firefighter to the correct conclusion. The firefighter then feels that though originally wrong, he was able to develop the reasoning behind the right answer. All firefighters at every level are asked for their opinion and empowers them to become future leaders. So this concludes our discussion on effective leadership. I hope you have gained some valuable information today and can take it back to your employees at Spokes of Hope. I'd like you to refer to the reference slide in case you need to look up any further information. And if you have any questions for me, feel free to reach out to me via phone or email. Thank you again for your time and look forward to working with you in the future.